All right. So, as we've been talking all along in the group, as well as what I experience, a lot of times I write, and it's a beautiful thing how, the spiritual path gives us such a hard time, and it does not allow us to connect with the consciousness. That becomes the major issue. And the reason what is happening is our ego comes in the way, whether we want it or not. Even if we want to remove the ego, it just doesn't disappear because we keep giving attention to it. That is the main thing because we consider that it is there. Well, it's there, but it's not there either. As soon as we wake up, we don't care much about the dreams, right? The same way, if you stop caring for the ego, it gradually fades away. But there is a technique, but the main thing is the mind. It does not allow us to be drifted away. Time and time again, it's going to keep giving you different methods and different teachings and different readings and scriptures and should I do this or should I do that? All the doings come in the way. So all the analysis that you do, even on a spiritual path, that I should do this or maybe I should do that, all along it's your mind that's doing it. It's not you. And mind itself is the problem. See, if you want to connect with the life, there is nothing wrong with the life. There is everything wrong with analysis of the life. So life is always there. It's been flowing for eons. Millions of universes came and went, but the life has been Sanatan all the time. So why would not it be available right now here? Because we don't want to come out. Our method is wrong. We want to analyze, and if we keep listening to the saints and scriptures and discourses and all those things, and that has flooded our mind so much that we cannot really find out the way to get out of it. So if you really want to, you can drop the whole thing right now and right here. Stop analysis. Stop analyzing. Stop that you even want to connect with the consciousness. All those are just words. Words don't have any meaning. Words can never understand the silence. So all through the life, you have collected all these memories, read tons and tons of scriptures, listen to this, listen to that. With the social media, there is an expansion of so much information and it keeps filtering into your mind and you keep collecting. The more you have, the less are the chances you're going to reach there. So reaching is not even a proper word because you are already there. You just have to stop running, stop reaching out to anything. मद धन चाहो या ध्यान चाहो, पद चाहो या परमात्मा चाहो, चाहे संसार है. The fact that you want to run and try to achieve something is the wrong method. So you need to realize that the mind has no meaning. Mind is continuously making you run towards the sansar, and that's not where the consciousness is. So you have to be ready to drop everything. Forget about everything. Drop your saints, drop your books, drop your scriptures, drop your gods. Even forget about the name God. Just drop everything. Drop everything and it becomes shunya. Shunya state is the state that is continuously flowing within you. And even to give it a name, shunya, has to be done by the mind. So it's something that is unspeakable, right? So Lao Tse said that just because you're forcing me to give it a name, I'll call it Tao. Buddha said the same thing. Don't ask me anything about Atma. It is something that was my first truth. If I speak it, it becomes the second truth. So, like I said in the group, it's like bungee jumping, right? You keep on thinking, if you keep on thinking, should I do this or not this and that, you're missing out the fun. You shut off your mind and just fall back. Why fall back? Because it's something that you have never experienced before. And that's something you will experience, but only if you stop thinking. Just do it. So that is the approach you need to take, and it's not going to happen overnight, that for sure. But a regular spiritual practice comes at some point. You develop that fearlessness. Fear is only because the fear of the unknown, you are not ready for it. So fearlessness has to happen at some point. And there are both ways you can really look at it. The mind has not been able to do anything for you. What have you done? Who gave you birth? You will say your parents. Wrong. How did they give their birth? The birth to you. How did you raise your children? How did you give birth to your own child? As soon as the child is born and we say, oh, this is my son. And you forget about the whole process that has gone through, you have gone through to reach to that stage. From the time you were a single cell in your mother's womb, all the way to the chromosomes which are multiplied. And then finally you were born, your body was born. Who did all these things? Mother was just pregnant. She wasn't really doing anything. She went through the pregnancy. Even she doesn't know how it happened. There is some mysterious, formless force, if you want to call it. You don't even have to name it. No God, no nothing, no existence, nothing is there. So all these things were done in total darkness that you are not aware of, and you were born. So your birth happened. It's not that you did anything about it. And since your birth, as you progressed, your hormones kept, your body kept on getting bigger and bigger. The food, the air, the water you drank, the earth element, everybody, everything, five elements contributed until you reached to maturity. And somehow the sexual hormones also came into action. All these things happen. And yet, when your son is born, you say, this is my son. How naive are we, right? We don't even want to appreciate the existence which has made us come into existence. And even while we are existent, what are we doing? We think that this body is mine. Even your dog is better trained than your body. How? If your body, if you're saying that this is my body, I always told my patients, I said, okay, stop breathing. What do you mean, stop breathing? Yes, if you think that this body is yours, stop breathing. You can't do it. Stop your heart. You can't do it. Stop being hungry. You can't do it. Stop being thirsty. You can't do it. So the whole body is being operated by some unknown forces, and yet you call this my body. Like I said, even your dog behaves better, at least when you call him, he comes. When you tell him to do this, it does it. So there are a lot of factors responsible, and death for sure, nobody wants it, and yet it's going to happen. Whether it's a disease or aging or whatever, whatever incidents happens, those will be created for you to take you out of this sansar. So neither the birth is in your hand, neither is your life in your hand, neither is your death in your hand, and yet we call all this thing is mine. So this has to be realized, that the ego has to be given up. Like I'll give the example. When the birds, we were just talking to a friend, the pileated woodpecker, right? This is the time it starts making a nest, right? Who tells it to make a nest? The babies are on the way. It doesn't know. It's not even smart enough for you and like you and me to understand that hormones and this and that. It doesn't know anything. It's just a little bird, but it's making the nest for the babies to come. Who does all these things? Mothers starts having the milk start filling up in the breast because the baby is on the way. Look how beautiful arrangements is being done for the birth of a child, a beautiful miracle of life happening in our life, and we are totally oblivious of it. And it's fine. If we were oblivious of what's going on, we don't have to, because we cannot. We are going back into something we can never know. But to make the things worse, we call it's my son. Osho beautiful said that the uh, परिचय भ्रम की देह है. Parichai means I know. I know this is me, and this is my son, this is my father, this is my siblings, this and that. Parichai is Brahm. Brahm is illusion. Around that Parichai, the relationship, knowing that you have this and you are that, which is an illusion completely. But this is where all the illusions rotate around. First Parichai is, of course, your body, and then anybody next to that, your next of kin and all those things. Those are parichai. Those are relationships. And it keeps you into this cycle of Brahm, illusion, from the time you're born till you die. So isn't it time to we have to give up all these things and just let your mind forget everything? Close your eyes. Let it go. Everything that you know anything, you don't want to know anything. You don't want to fix the world. If somebody is being nasty to you, if you want to take a revenge, forget about it. There is something. You don't even want to give it a name. Just know it within that there is something. That faith, the faith is the ultimate thing that's going to make you ride through this sansaric samudra. This is the boat of the faith. But it's not just things just happen. Like I put down in the article, a lot of things that happen, beautiful things in your life, you had never projected if they were going to happen or not. When I got married, I didn't know I was going to have a son. It might have happened. It might not have happened, but it did happen and brought the best joy, one of the best joys in my life. You didn't plan anything. It just happened. The same thing with grandchildren, then this and then that. A lot of beautiful things happened and you didn't even plan for it. It just happened. And a lot of things you did plan. You did really commander that, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to buy this stock, this and that, and all those things. I'm going to have relationship with these friends. A lot of things tank. With all the intelligence that you have, you took all the calculated steps and still things go wrong. So it makes you realize how much value the thinking has. Not much, really. So why bother thinking? And that's when you realize that when you stop thinking, thinking itself is suffering. Don't think, don't plan, and things will happen. Life, whatever life brings to you, let the life bring it to you. Don't run after it. Life will always bring things for you. And when you are in that state, in silence, in shunya state, that your mind is totally gone, you let go everything. Close your eyes and fall back into some mysterious existence, whatever you want to call it. That's the bungee jumping. That's the biggest jump you will have to take. It's like going from the civilized society and coming to the edge of it. And then beyond that is wild forest. You don't even know what animals are there, what trees are there. You have no idea. You have never stepped out of it. This sansar is that civilized world. Inside, you're going to need the fearlessness and faith to let go and fall back. When you fall back, tremendous peace comes because there is no more thinking needed. There is no hatred. There is no fixing the world. There is no giving advice to anyone. There is no choosing this friend or that friend. Who will stay with you? For how long? You don't know. So all these unknowable things are not in your hands. Realize this, that life is not knowable. And when that happens, immediate relief happens. The mind disappears. Thoughts disappears. And you just are. You just connect with what is. No past, no future. That's why Osho says Samadhi state is no kalpana, no future, no smruti, no past, no attachment, no vichar, no thoughts, no vasana, no desires. So no smruti, no vasana, no vichar, and no kalpana. In that state, he takes you, whatever is there, he takes you in his lap. And you experience the most beautiful moments of your life. When you die, these are the moments. That's when you feel complete because you are in the hands of a complete shunya. Whatever you name it, doesn't matter. Don't even name it. And it happens when it's the suffering of the life is from the mind. So let go the mind, let go and fall back. Rest. And it can happen in this particular moment. It will always happen in a one particular moment because consciousness does not know past, does not know future. There are no plans, there are no regrets, there is nothing. It's just here and now. So much for today.